G'day everyone, this is a solo Duchess run of the Everdark Sovereign Gaping Jaw. And it's been ages since I've played the Duchess, so let's look at relics, see what I've got. I've got this one here that I found, defeating enemies while art is active ups attack power, the Duchess one, partial HP on post-damage attacks, and Evergel. So that's a pretty nice, these aren't the best, but this is pretty nice with the Evergel buff. Starting armaments inflicts frost and magic attack power up +1, which is 5.5% magic damage. Starting armament inflicting frost is purely to make our dagger feel a little more punchy and let us use it for longer if we don't find anything useful. And this down here is purely for our FP. You can actually buy this one from the collector's signboard. We're going to get 3 staves for a huge 50 raw FP, and then 18% per sorcerer's rise max FP permanently, and another 4.5% magic damage for our sorcery damage. So that's what we're running. I'm not running any of the like stuff that really locks you into the dagger build. So you can definitely run similar to the Executor. You can run Caligo's Relic and Gnoster's Relic so that you get Chilling Mist on the weapon, attack power up facing Frostbite and the Invis thing, and then you also get Poison on the weapon baseline and attack power up facing Poison. So that's a really standard combo as well that you can definitely use. I'm just choosing not to use that because I'm kind of over being locked into my starting weapon. One of the most fun parts of the game, for me at least, is finding new weapons, finding all these new cool weapons and using different things and stuff. And getting locked into the starting dagger or your starting katana at the start of the game is just, I'm not finding super fun anymore. So I'm choosing to use different builds and just to try different builds and things. Critical hits, I'm going to grab that just for now, even though I won't use the seal much. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to this fort. We're going to get myself some staffs, some sorcery options, and then we're going to go probably do the Evergel, because I do have the Evergel buff. But I need to get a key first. I'm not starting with a key, obviously. So, yeah. Yeah, and the other thing is, my god, this game, the relic interface absolutely, desperately needs a... I'm going to grab that for now. Absolutely, desperately needs a search bar. Like, it is just so... It gets to the point almost where, like, I actually just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to look and see if I've got anything else, because I don't want to manually look through 100 or however many bloody relics I've got. You know, heaps of relics. Because... And yes, there's the filters. I know there's the filters, but the filters don't narrow down everything, right? You still, you know, I want, say for example, I want to search for Evergel buffs. Why can't I just type in Evergel and just show me all the things with Evergel on them? You can't, which is really frustrating. Oh god. I don't know why I'm finding these things here, just by the way. It's kind of a waste of time. But also not really, because it's fun to kill things. It is a bit of a waste of time, just to be clear. Definitely needs a search bar. Super frustrating that you can't just search. Like, you know, you could filter by actions or whatever the that one is for. Is that a katana? I might grab that and just bank that for now. Vacuum slice. But it's just, yeah, it's not particularly fun. Searching through manually all your relics to find stuff. So I'm often finding myself, if I'm not doing videos and things, I literally am finding myself just being like, this'll do, this is close enough. Genuinely, because it's so frustrating. I'm going to... Wait. How did I dodge and then get hit by that twice? What's the swing on that? That's so annoying. There we go. As in, the swing came all the way around and still hit me, which I wasn't quite expecting. Now, unpopular opinion maybe. I just don't love playing the Duchess. I know people who are really good at dodging, and a lot of the no-hit runners and other like streamers and YouTubers and all this say she's amazing. And in co-op, absolutely super good. And she's very good. Obviously, do not get me wrong. Her her restage ability is very powerful, similar to the Ionize in the sense that it's actually able to scale team damage, which is very powerful, very useful and very powerful. But when I'm playing her solo, because she's as squishy as, you know, your Revenant, your Recluse, and your Ioni, but you kind of have to get up close and personal and fight in melee range quite a lot. I just find, unless you are one of those no-hit runners that can dodge all the different types of enemies in the game perfectly, and I'm not, just to be clear, that's what I'm saying, I'm not. I'm closer to an average. I'm probably maybe a little above average or a little, high average just due to the amount of games, like the amount that I've played or the amount of experience that I have and knowledge. But I'm absolutely not anywhere near as good as some of these no-hit run speed runners and things like this. And so for me, when I play Duchess, I'm constantly in this like, ugh, I feel like I have to work for like all these different, and yes, the dodge is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I know objectively the dodge is really, really good. Oh, let's get this dagger back out that I just got. Where is it? I know the dodge is really, really powerful, and her double dodge and all this, and absolutely it does make a difference. You can feel how much it makes a difference. But even then, the quick attack chains on the dagger and the amount of dodging, it's kind of high octane, quick gameplay. Ugh, I often just find myself having to work so hard to kill basic things, like a Banished Knight, for example, right, with a shield. So much more annoying to kill on the Duchess than just walking up as the Raider and pressing R1, which is obviously low skill gameplay, but the point is that it's easy. And that's kind of what I'm saying. I find the Duchess harder, and you have to often work. She's obviously got a very high skill ceiling, but I often find I have to work harder on her to kind of achieve the same things as I can just pressing R1 on the Raider through the whole game and occasionally pressing Retaliate. But hence why I'm saying that I think the Raider's the easiest solo class by far. Probably up there with the I9, because the I9, if you have a basic level of dodging, you can abuse the range and dodge. But yeah, the Raider's pretty crazy. What do we got here? Well, I guess we'll grab that. So there's a chunk of my FP bar. We'll watch this chunk of my FP bar as well grow. Honestly, we probably don't need critical hits. I'm keeping rot there because most bosses and stuff are weak to rot, and it's just a handy thing to have as a bit of a backup if I wanted to use something else. Might jump down there. Bit of a funny spot here. Oh, hello. Anyway, that's enough whinging about Duchess, because she obviously is very strong, very fun. And the feeling of getting all the dodging and stuff well-timed and stuff is great. But I think for most players, or for the average players, and maybe I'm alone on this, but please let me know in the comments, if you also find Duchess kind of hard to solo because you just die to everything all the time and you're actually not that good at dodging, it turns out. Because you're so used to playing things like the Raider or the Wilder with great weapons that can stagger things. As soon as you're playing on the dagger, and you literally hit stun nothing, except for maybe basic unarmored soldiers. Oh, that's nice. As soon as you're not hit stunning anything, and you get hit stunned by everything, as in staggered, when you don't stagger anything, but everything staggers you, all of a sudden the game is just so much harder. Which seems silly, but it's true. Alright, where are we going? Let's go down this way, maybe even it's a bit of a weird spot, to be honest. I might just shoot straight down the river and grab that church, because the chances that I come back this way are, in this day at least, not high. Yeah, it's a bit of not the best spot actually to be caught in. How many keys do I have? One more key. I could go up via this way, get that key, maybe do one or two of these features, maybe down here. Look for more sorceries. I don't have the best sorcery options right now. Like, I've got a Pebble, I've got a Magma Shot, and I've got a Shattering Crystal. Shattering Crystal's alright, that'll do a bit of work. Oh, wrong weapon. Shattering Crystal will do a bit of work, but yeah. Alright, and so, if you're like me, and you often kind of feel/think that Duchess is kind of hard to play solo when you actually have to dodge everything perfectly yourself and daggers don't hit stun anything. You don't have to use daggers. You don't have to stick to the daggers. You can absolutely change off to a heavier weapon. Find something that scales well with Dex or has a decent guarding ability. Find something that scales well with Dex or has a... You know what, we might go through this cave, get a smithing stone, come out here and then jump up. That might be what we do. Because then at least we have a smithing stone and we can choose what we want to upgrade at some point. Find a weapon with decent scaling on Dex and ideally a status affliction, bleed or frost, and just use that. You do not have to stick with daggers at all, which is the other advantage of not using one of the specific Duchess dagger ones, even though it's a decent one, the extra restage attack ability. And then the other thing is just lean into sorceries. Right, lean into sorceries. Sorceries are good and they do lots of work for you quite easily. And you can absolutely use sorceries to... And you should do very much like a hybrid playstyle, right? Lovely. Lean into sorceries more. You don't have to stick to daggers, would be my advice, basically. And obviously there's the component of getting better, getting good, whatever. Being better at dodging. Yeah, I get it, but, you know, we're not. So do what you can to make it easier for you. Let's have a look. I mean, I could have grabbed that. No, I wouldn't grab that greatsword. I'm not going to use that katana now because I have a bleed weapon. I only grabbed it because it was a bleed option. I'll keep that for now, but I'll probably might get rid of it at some point for magic damage or sorcery damage. I've got some decent... Oh, no, actually, no. So improved sorcery is there. Improved sorcery is on my talisman, which is nice. But yeah, I'd prefer to replace these with something more useful. And just, in general, get a better sorcery. Shattering Crystal is quite good. If there's a boss with a big hitbox, like trolls, and you can kind of shotgun them, it is quite good, don't get me wrong. But it's just not my favourite. It's the advantage that I'm getting out of... One of the main advantages I'm getting out of sorceries right now is that they have a longer range. And this one doesn't really have a longer range. Like, yes, it's obviously longer range than my dagger. But it's not going to be as long range as something else. Here you go, let's test this relic. This relic here. Defeating enemies while art is active, up stack power. So it's 15%. So let's have a look at my damage. 60 damage on the Waki, whatever this dagger's called. Let's see how many we can get. Oh, that's actually part of the boss. So we have 10 seconds. That's how long it lasts for. How many did we get? 7 stacks? 7 stacks. That's 15% times 7. Oh, 159. 60 up to 159. Yeah, so it is pretty big. Only lasts for 30 seconds, though, so I should hit this boss before it runs out. Whoa, get me out of there. So yeah, as you can see, quite strong. But quite situational, because you need... I mean, that's obviously a very unique situation, where I actually have a whole bunch of little targets to kill very quickly. That's a very distorted view of how good this actually is. I'd love to use that cross Naginata, to be honest. But I won't. Maybe I will. Sorceries is good, but let's use that just as an option. Just to demonstrate what I'm saying. This needs to top me up. There we go. Alright, let's go via this fort very quickly. It's actually not that much stronger. It's actually not that much stronger. So, in terms of raw DPS, the attack moveset that the Duchess has on the dagger is it's obviously her unique moveset. It's a little bit faster, and I think it's got like one more attack in the chain or something. It's good. It's obviously very good. DPS on it is very high. But as I said before, sometimes it's nice to use other things, and having something with the thing is a basic spear is not going to have that much higher of a hit stun level or a damage level. Anyway, now this is going to do decent damage here if I get up nice and... decent damage. Not going to get either of those. I'm going to run out the top, purely because I want to grab a stone sword key on my way. Do I have a slot for it? I do. It should stack up. I do, yeah. Now, I haven't upgraded any of my weapons yet because I'm going to save that purple stone until I'm sure about what I want to upgrade. Thank you. Lovely. Alright, not too bad at all. So what I'll try and do here is I'll try and demonstrate an actual practical use of this for the night bosses. Basically what I'm going to want to do, and this is where it's like there's a little bit of thought and stuff that goes into it. Is it worth it? Nah, probably not. Just run something stronger? Maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, bugger. I didn't want to kill that with Bleed Proc. So what do I need to make sure is that the knight's actually all the way in, because it won't actually spawn until the knight's all the way in. So we're going to wait a little bit here. Alright, now this is as good as we're going to get, I think. Up to 5 stacks, potentially. So we're leaving all these little rats. Can we do one hit on each? We can't, okay. I'm wasting stacks. I'm wasting stacks there. Now, is the knight all the way in? It is. Alright, so what we're going to do, very simply, is we're going to ulti, and we're going to kill all of these if we can, right before the boss spawns. And then we're going to hit the boss with as much damage as we can straight away. So that's given us 5 stacks, a huge increase to our damage. And as soon as the boss spawns, we're going to go chip, chip, chip. Oh no. So we're doing a fair bit of damage there. It only lasts 30 seconds, so it's still available right now. And I might just try and get one while it's available. I don't want it to drop off quickly. One fully... Oh, it's dropping off. That's 4 stacks. Okay, I still got a cast with it. Oh, I should have just done that from the start. Gosh golly. Yeah. So, and I still got with 1 or 2 stacks left over there anyway. So, yeah, you can use it kind of in situations like that. but you have to be deliberate about it and kind of prepare and think about what you're doing. But certainly if you're struggling, that might be a way, and you've got this relic on a build that you happen to have and happens to work for you. What are we doing here? Dragon communion incantations add anti-dragon effects to armor. I've never used that, and it actually wouldn't be bad to use it on... Is this Gaping Jaw? I'm playing Gaping Jaw, aren't I? Yeah. Gaping Jaw's... Adels actually have dragon, right? But maybe I'll save that for a time when I'm actually using seals. Because the chances I come across the dragon communion incantation are probably quite low at this point, if I'm not looking for them and I haven't done many churches. Okay, we're going to do a field boss and an Everjail here, probably. My build's kind of, like, working, but, nah. Ooh, need to not be in that. So as you can see, your sorcery damage is going to be quite punchy if you can shotgun. Now I'm going to fully charge up here while he does a little whirlwind. There we go. Oh, nice. Yep, so definitely using, if you're not comfortable with dodging as much, definitely use sorceries as much as you can and play more of like a hybrid play style. Red Stars is a fun weapon. We're going to take max FP though. Max FP though. We probably just want to head up this way, grab another church flask, a few things here. We could hit the township at some point just to see. We could buy another key there and see what else we have. No, these things. Now I'm going to just invis, to be honest. Oh, no way. Am I not invisible? He just happened to get me with that. That's a shame. Okay, I didn't actually pay attention. So, as you can see, the Shattering Crystal is doing probably more work than my dagger is here. So I'm going to do a few more Shattering Crystal casts, if I can actually get a cast off. A fully charged one. If I can get up nice and close, I need to be closer than that. So one thing I find helpful when you are trying to use dagger attacks, and say you want to get better, is being really deliberate about your R1 pressing. So stop button mashing. And that is hard for some of us who like to button mash, I know, because I do it. Be really deliberate about, because it's easy to get carried away with the dagger attack chain. Be really deliberate about how much you're like pressing. So the first two dagger attacks are very quick, just 2 inputs, right? The third is a double slash, right? So you're committing a little bit more time to press that third button. So just be really mindful of your dagger attack chains, and stop button mashing will help definitely. It's also worth noting, just by the way, that the Duchess is part of the Duchess's passive skill or passive ability, whatever the thing is that makes her dodge an attack efficiently, or whatever it says. It also, one of the other components of that that's kind of unwritten, and very useful if you're using the Duchess relic, that dagger attack chains reprise an extra event of your character skill of restage, is that your one single dodge doesn't interrupt your R1 basic chain, right? So for example, so this is the R1 chain, it ends in these two, bang, that downward slash, right? If I do one dodge between each, it'll keep going. There's the final hit, right? So you can do part of a dodge chain, one dodge, and you'll keep going, right? So it actually makes it really easy to get to that, or easier. You still need to be playing really efficiently, but it makes it easier to get to that 6th attack in the chain to reprise the extra event if you are using that relic. And it's just something just good to know in general, that is how the mechanic works. All right, what have we got here? Oh, gosh golly. That's good damage. Happy with that. Again, bosses like this with a big hitbox, Shattering Crystal is actually really quite strong. If you can charge it up and hit all of the attacks in the hitbox. Oh, no. It's that thing that always gets me. All right. Nice. Right, well, that made pretty quick work of him, to be honest. Once you get a decent FP bar and your health is a little bit higher, you really start to feel her come along. She does feel stronger. But man, I often just really struggle with her early in the game. when I'm relying purely on dagger attacks, and I've probably got a really weak, just starting dagger or something. Again, that's why I've already got a thing. What am I doing? Let's go have a look at this boss here. How many stacks of Evergel do I have? Only 2. I mean, 2 is better than nothing. 2 is still 10%. But I'd like probably 1 more. But at this point, getting 1 more might be too much of a nuisance. Oh, no way. No way. One of the bosses that I'm actually most comfortable with, and I just booped it that hard. Oh, why does that not actually reach? That's a shame. That's right, we'll use Shattering Crystal. As you can see, Shattering Crystal does pretty decent work. Now, Shattering Crystal, consideration here for this final boss is that Shattering Crystal is not going to be that good on the final boss because I want something that actually has decent range on it. That's like the... Oh, no. That's going to be the main value in sorceries on this final boss, Gaping Jaw, because he just moves around so much. Really annoying, actually. There we go. No, I was actually trying not to... I actually chose not to go around the front and crit him, but it snapped me around anyway. The crit animation on the dagger is not particularly long anyway. Some crit animations are really slow. Ooh, what have we got here? Oh, a rot dagger. Now, I'm going to take the rot dagger because I'm going to get rid of that. Because the bosses are weak to rot, and it's good to just apply rot and then move on with your life, honestly. Yeah. What I might do is swap it there so I can swap back to the dagger nice and easily. Where's this knight moving? Let's have a quick look at this boss here. I'm just kind of field boss farming at this point. I could just go to castle, honestly. I'm not going to fight this thing. Hey, get out of here. Silly bloody dragon sentinel. Alright. I might just go to castle, honestly. We could go speak to the demon, see what's up with the demon. Get another church flask. I'd like a decent sorcery. Like Shattering Crystal's serving me well, but I'd like a longer range sorcery. Something, even just like any of your basic comets, night comets. Something with just a little bit, like gravity well, something with a little bit longer range on it. Let's get some runes, shall we? Everybody? I guess we'll get rid of that for now. Where are we? That's actually not useful. I can't see that. I can't see that ping. I know it's there though. Where's the night location going to be? Probably down here. I'm probably not going to be able to get it. Ah well. No Erd Tree seal for me. What have we got in castle? What have we got? Oh, isn't that a shame? Bloody these things. That's 3 stacks. 3 stacks. 3 stacks is still quite a lot of damage. Oh, I didn't know if the pot had aggroed me yet, but it has. It's not that one yet? It's not. Okay. This one's okay. I can outrange this one relatively well. Hit him in the face. Oh, bugger, I missed. No way that missed. Alright. What you're going to do is get a couple of dormant powers and stuff while we're here, and then we might go down and do the boss underneath, and maybe the boss in the river or two, because the trolls aren't actually the best farm. Not actually the best farm at all. I might just use 1 Starlight Shard here to keep us going. If I can shoot him in the face, that would be ideal. Here we go, get him in the face. It's going to hit stun him. See how it covers his face up and it kind of mini stuns him? Yeah. Hitting the troll in the face with any damage will do that. Just a little fun tidbit if you're not aware of that. Where's my... Does he not drop a reward? I thought all the trolls did. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean, the trolls are not the best farm, but they're easy enough to just get a few quick kills. Just the pot throwers, as long as you can manage the pot throwers. The pot throwers are the worst. I don't want these guys coming and interrupting me. When you've got these guys shooting at you slowly, you've got the pots coming in, being thrown at you from the other ramparts. This whole place just turns into a bloody chaos mess. So I'm just getting rid of these guys. There's no way that he throws at me first. Woohoo! I might just ulti here, to be honest. Hopefully, I was going to say, hopefully that means that they won't throw a pot at me. Look at him trying to find me. Nah, he's not throwing pots. Good. I'm not playing that particularly cleanly, but whatever. It works. Alright, what do we got? Halo Scythe is a cool weapon. What's my fighting again? No, not taking holy. So the Dark Drift Knight is strong to holy damage. Oh yeah. I'm hating this lock-on spot here. Very annoying. I might just manually aim here. The range on the daggers, I often do find is quite frustrating. No way that splash still got me. Alright. Well, that was all a pretty weak performance, but anyway. Here we are. Am I going to have enough time to head down and look at this boss? Probably not. Certainly not with no flasks or HP. Let's have a quick look at it. I'm going to run out of time, I think, actually. I might be better off just getting down, healing. I was going to go under and look at the talisman, but by the time I kill the boss and then we'll get up and get the talisman, I'm going to be racing against the time, and I'm probably better off just running down and seeing what we got at this point here. I should have grabbed that. I could always grab that after the day if I was that desperate for another flask. I probably won't, but I could. Just something to be aware of. I'm going to heal up here and then check whatever the boss in the river here is. I think it was a Grafted Scion, wasn't it? I think it was. It was, yeah. We're going to have enough time to kill it here. A minute. I can get a quick bleed proc. And a couple of Shattering Crystals might do a bit of work. Yeah. Come on. Alright, good. Good. Quickly now. Taking damage, boost damage negation. Good. Gonna grab that. Where's my... Go. Alright. Not too bad. Although this thing's still running. Gotta get up there quickly. I'm not gonna use the flask till I'm out. Just... because the flask slows you down while you're running still. So if you can get out, you're always better to just get out and then heal. Because every heal that you do during the, while you're still in the night, slows you down and makes you take more overall damage from the night anyway. So if you can get out, you just run all the way out first. But obviously, watch your health. Don't die. All right, what we'll do, we'll try and do that trick that I did again. We'll try and do that trick that I did again on this. It's kind of annoying actually, because what I need to do. Oh, what was that? 4 hits on one of these basic guys. Alright, that's good. I'm just lowering all their health is what I'm doing here. What's his health? I haven't hit him yet. And this is a bit risky, because this makes this more dangerous than necessary. Alright. What I need to do is kill the big guy. There's this one here. Alright, now I need the big guy to focus me, because I think the rest of them are all low. Stop that. Alright, I might just ulti right here. What is going on? What's that funny attack animation? Oh, nice. Oh, there was one more. That's a shame. Either way, that's a big bit of damage. 200 damage on a dagger? Wait. Alright, let's get one of these. In fact, this is going to be the better way to do it, because that's a huge amount of damage. Oh, don't get hit by that, obviously. Because it's got a large hitbox. Oh, man. That's actually super strong. Oh, my God. Is that 4 Shattering Crystals? Man, turns out 6 or 7 stacks, whatever I had just then, of 15% damage. Makes you clap the bosses with 4 Shattering Crystals. Jeez, that's better than I thought it was, to be honest. The issue that I raised with it right from the start is that it doesn't help you on the Night Lord. But absolutely on the bosses like that, if you play around it deliberately, that just... Oh. Oh no, what a rude game. Gives me a death... Do I have a holy weapon? I don't. Gives me a death right bird. Are you kidding me? As the second boss. I hate... These are like my least favorite bosses in the whole game. Shattering Crystal's doing good work here at least. Is that because I deleted the boss too fast? Is that why it did that? Probably. Oh, man. Have to be careful here. I might ulti and then do a couple of casts from my ultimate. Oh, I need to get out of this. Go backwards. Oh, man, that was close. Oh, dear. That's a shame. Is this going to one-shot me? Oh, man, close. Tell you that much. Alright. Well, extra bit of rooms, I guess. Gosh golly. Lowers FP consumption. Might just take max FP. So I'm taking max FP here because then I get more, I think, and I might be about to lie to you, but I'm pretty sure Starlight Shards are percentage max FP, which means that if I increase my max FP, I'm increasing the total amount of FP that is actually stored here, if that makes sense. And I'm going to grab incantations. So I guess I'm actually just going to I'm going to upgrade this Shattering Crystal. It's doing a lot of work for me, so I'll just use that on the boss. If I can, that dragon. See, Adele has a pretty big hitbox as well, so if I can get up underneath the dragon and do a charged cast here and there, that's going to do a fair bit of work. What am I doing? The raw damage on these, status daggers, the raw damage is not actually making a big difference. It's actually mostly the value from the... Look at how big my FP bar is. I think I only got one Sorcerer's Rise too, didn't I? I get one? Where is it? Got one there. There wasn't another one. Yeah, so I only got one. But that could be even higher. Alright, we're going to grab some Starlight Shards. Or it's probably, realistically, especially with this FP bar, I'm not going to need more than 4. So what I'm going to do here is get some Krabbies and get some... that. Okay. Oh, that's right. Let's get rid of this. Can I heal, please? Heal me. There we go. Alright. I've only got 2 stacks on my Everdark. That's pretty weak sauce, but anyway. Better than nothing. 10% better than nothing. Okay, so... bit of an annoying boss. It's one of those bosses where you can't really chase them too much because you're just going to burn your own stamina out. You need to just kind of play patiently and wait for him to come to you. Let's see how much damage this is doing. Oh, yep, happy with that. So I'm going to wait for him to come to me, and I'm going to dodge underneath him using my nice big double dodge, and then use a Shattering Crystal before he walks off. That's the game plan. Like, that's what we do. That's all I'm going to do here. And taking my time, absolutely taking my time here, because I don't want to chase him and be out of FP. That's the most dangerous spot I can put myself in. Be out of stamina, sorry. This is a double grab attack. There'll be a second one here. And then I'm going to go straight into a charged hit. And I'm going to replicate it. Oh, that didn't do as much damage as the first one. Is there 3 here? Or is that only 1? It's okay. I'll top off here. I pretty much want to be sitting at full health P. A full health P? Full HP. I'm in danger if I'm not on full HP. Now you've got to be careful, for some of these dodges are quicker than they look. That one wasn't, but some of them are. That one there is, for example. There'll be a second one. There we go. Alright, we're going to run away from this now. Where's the middle of the room, actually? I need to make sure I'm not actually running into the middle of the room. Because he snaps back to the middle of the room, wherever that is. Over there. Alright, this is fine. I'm far enough out. Lovely. Ooh, jumped early. Now what I might do is use another crab and a crimson tear. Just to make me feel a little safer. Because we're attacking so slowly, I'm restaging every cast, just about, of my ability. That always comes in three waves, just by the way. Oh, no way. Didn't think that would get me. Oh! Mistimed that cast. That's okay. Here, big head slam. There's going to be 3. Oh, a little early. That's okay. This is an explosion. Is he going to let me run out far enough? He is. The big AoE around the room only just finished. I might even just ulti here, because why not? What's he going to do if he doesn't know where I am, I wonder? Does he just walk? He does. I'm going to Shattering Crystal straight in the schnoz. See you, buddy. Alright, well there you go. So a basic sorcery like Shattering Crystal can really carry you through the game on Duchess. You don't need to go all in on dagger attacks if you're not super comfortable with the kind of high octane dodging and stuff. You can absolutely do, like, your character skill restage is one of your best, it's one of the most value that you get from this character. So you can use that with big potent sorceries, and absolutely, as you saw there, that's kind of all you need to do. Absolutely play with daggers and stuff as well if you want to. So there you go, there's a Duchess gameplay, a little different. You see a lot of the YouTubers just playing with these crazy dodging dagger attacks and stuff. I don't love that. So the sorcery options, playing a little more careful, a little slower, a little ranged, is another way to play the Duchess, and just as effective. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers.